Would you still want to be ugly if you knew that it would decrease your success rate with attracting girls? That's why I stopped listening to all the black pillars, and I will stop following the typical advice of "you're perfect as you are" and "someday you will find someone who loves you for your charm." And it does sound sweet, but why the fuck did I keep getting friendzoned then? But everyone who has been told this lie obviously know it's bullshit. They know that a girl will prefer this type of guy more than this type of guy, just like we men will prefer this type of girl instead of this type of girl. So in this video, I'm going to show you step by step how I went from an ugly guy to now getting 10 to 20 matches at Tinder a day, where girls are literally calling me hot, and my ex-girlfriend friend groups, I was literally the hot talk about that kind of friend group. Furthermore, I made my ex-girlfriend's current boyfriend insecure just because I had to see her for something. So step number 1, train something that I call the 4 key facial muscles. So there's a quick story that I want to tell you. So here in 2025 at the summer holidays, so it was around, I think, 3 to 4 months ago. Basically, my ex-girlfriend texted me over Snapchat that if I wanted to see her sometime, so if I wanted to do something with her. And honestly, I found her really attractive still, and it has been a long time since we had seen each other. So I just texted her, sure, when are we gonna see each other? So we figured out the day. I take the train over to her place, which was like an hour away in like the train. So I come over to see her, and we had had a little bit of a schedule for the day. I told her that we should go train together because she's also a kind of gym girl. She also likes to train cardio, but also for muscle actually. But the interesting part was that when we were done at the gym and she took me home to her place, we stayed over there, we played some cards against each other. I lost, if you're interested. And then we got something to eat. We got some eggs with some cottage cheese, I think it's called. So it was a very exciting time. But that's when she drove me to the train station and I was about to go home. And that's when she said, just before I had to go out and take the train, that I think that you are getting told this a lot, but you are such a hot catch. That's what my friend group says about you. And you know what? It was such a small thing in some ways, but it made me so happy because just 1 month before this, I had been grinding on training my face because I learned that you can actually do this in order to get more physically appearing. And basically what she said afterwards was that she had sent her friends some of my pictures that I've sent to her, and that's when they kind of said that I was so hot and all this. And that's when she also mentioned that his boyfriend wasn't actually up for the idea for me to meet her because he was insecure, because she said that he thought that I looked very attractive. And I think that is the first time in my entire life that anyone has ever told me that I looked attractive. So I literally went from being an ugly motherfucker basically to just in 1 month already seeing huge results. But the biggest results is actually my current looks, which is now roughly 4 to 5 months into the progress. And that's exactly what I'm gonna teach you about now. And that is something that I call the 4 key facial muscles. So if we take a look at the screen right here, me on the left side is me from roughly 1.5 to 2 years ago. So basically I was 17 or at the end of 17, start 18. Kind of between that age. And over here on the right side, that is the current me, start 19 years old. So basically you can see already now there's a huge transformation. And basically one of the most important things that I've actually done to transform my face is, you can probably see it, but honestly it's a bit hard to see for like my hair, but it's actually my eye area. On this picture, it's much more clearer. So basically, you can train something called your orbicularis oculi. So your orbicularis oculi is the muscle that you have around your eye area here. And when you train this muscle, your eyes will literally get something called, you know the term hunter eyes. Basically, your eyebrows will go in a straight line like this. Furthermore, something that it also changed about my eyes was my eye positioning. So usually I had a neutral eye positioning, as you can see here. It goes neutral in a straight line. But actually here on the right side, it actually has gotten a bit of a lift, as you can see. It's a huge difference because going from a neutral position to a positive candle tilt, that's what it's called, will make your eyes look so much more attractive. And that's what's gonna get you the hunter eyes. So the exercise that you want to do is that you take your index fingers by the end of your eyebrows, and then you wanna think about pulling upwards under your muscle. You can feel you have a muscle under your eyebrows here. Then you wanna pull upwards and then to the side, because when we go to the side, that's when we actually stretch out our like eyebrows, and it will go diagonally. Yeah, you understand what I mean, like this, right? So basically, when you have your position like this, you just want to think about squeezing down, not so you close your eyes, but just squeeze until you basically almost have your eyes closed. But something that I do want to mention is just because that you now know how to train the muscle doesn't mean that you're actually gonna get that good results, because you don't really know exactly how it should feel, and you don't really know exactly the form. Think about it, it's gonna be the first time that you're gonna do something like this. I have been doing this for 5 months and I've been experimenting with it, and I've bought courses and I've bought programs on exactly how to train this the right way. So if you want me to personally help you, where we go on one-to-one calls and I literally teach you exactly how to train, and I'm gonna fix your form live, like one-to-one, so you can get the form down, so you will save so much of your time, then go have a look at the top link of the description. It's my program. All the details are there. So now let's go to the second muscle, which isn't actually a muscle, it's actually a bone, but I just like to call it muscle so we can kind of categorize them. So the second muscle is something called your hyoid bone. So your hyoid bone is the muscle of the bone that you have right around your throat area here. So basically, when this muscle is trained, as you can see at these two pictures, your skin under your jaw will literally get tightened up. It's such a crazy hack for Looksmaxing, because it's literally gonna completely transform your looks, as you can see on this picture. There's also something else that I've done, which I'm gonna talk about, which is the next muscle. But you can clearly see that my skin down here, which is going all the way here, just tightens up instantly when this muscle is trained. And it will just give you that hella fucking attractive TikTok boy jawline, as you can see right here. And something that I actually want to mention is that you're probably pretty lean, but you still have the skin under here. And if that's you, then that is literally what the muscle or the bone does. Because the thing is, if you're fat, okay, it makes sense that you have skin hanging off here, like kind of fat, right? Which makes you look like this. But some people are literally skinny, and a lot of people on the internet is literally saying that you just need to lean down and then you will get this TikTok boy jawline. But not necessarily, because as you can see on the left side, I'm at like fucking 9 to 10% body fat right here on this picture. I will show you a picture of how my physique looks. But I still had this fucking ugly ass jawline. And that is literally just because I haven't been training my hyoid bone. So my action step for you is just to train your hyoid bone. And the best exercise for training this is doing something called I call it a progressively overload of the chin tucks. So basically a chin tuck is just where you think about chucking your chin into like your neck like this. And you want to stay up against the wall to have like to stabilize the exercise. But basically when we do it in the progressively overload way, we take our hands together just like if we were going to pray. And then our thumbs are gonna go under our jawline or chin here. And then you want to think about pushing upwards while you resist downwards with your jawline. You can literally already feel the burn around your throat area, your hyoid bone, right? When you just do this. You can literally try it for yourself right now. Do exactly what I said. Take your hands together like you were praying, thumbs under your jawline, chin, press upwards, resist by think about rolling your neck inwards. And think about making as many double chins as possible. And then if you feel a burn around your area here, then you're doing it completely right. So the next muscle that we can train is actually something called your palate. So your palate is literally the muscle that is gonna make your jaw go forward when you train this enough. So basically, look at these two different pictures again. You can see that sure enough, the skin got tightened up here, but you can also see my jaw is way longer. Here, my jawline is pretty much only visible to this kind of area, right? Look at how long it is here. That's a huge fucking difference. And that is literally just because I have been applying pressure with my tongue up against something called your palate, which is basically just your roof of your mouth right behind your teeth. So when you have what's called a correct tongue posture, where you literally apply force with your tongue against your palate, you will start to push something forward, which is called your maxilla, which is basically just your upper jawline area, which is jaw right around here. So you will literally push this forward, as you can see that I've done. And when that's getting pushed forward, your maxilla, aka your upper jaw, something called your mandible will also get pushed forward. And that is just something, we can just call it in simple terms, your lower jaw area. So this is your lower jaw. It will also get pushed forward and upwards when we do this exercise. And again, the way that we have correct tongue posture is very simple. You just take the tip of your tongue up against the roof of your mouth, right, on your hard palate. And then you will literally just close your mouth like this, up against the palate, close your mouth, and then you want to sink your silver or saliva, what the fuck it's called, just sink. So basically you activate it here. So look at this. You can see how that's kind of activating it. If you just do this as much as possible, you will literally start to get these results. So the fourth aesthetic or facial muscle that will make us the most attractive version of ourselves is something called the masseter muscles. So the masseter muscles is, as you can see here, this muscle right here, which I am squeezing on this picture. You can see it's right at the end of your jawline here. Take a look at me when I try to squeeze it. So that is just a muscle that we can train to get a wider jawline, and it will just make it so much thicker and not look so rounded and puffy in our face. Just look at my fucking face here, bro. I have no jawline definition at all. But on this right side picture, holy shit, just the sharpest jawline. This jawline will fucking cut bread, bro. It's as sharp as a fucking knife, and it's just so attractive to have. So now I quickly want to go to step number 2, which is going for the female gaze instead of training for the male gaze. So basically there's something we men usually do wrong, and that is that we think about building as much muscle as possible instead of actually building a physique which is attractive to girls. So for example, a lot of people, you can probably relate to this at the gym, maybe this is even you, they train to just get bigger. They don't really think about the specific proportions and the specific muscles they need to train. They just think, oh, the chest, just need to build a big ass chest. I will just do flat bench press until I can do 140 kg, but then they will look like this, and they will kind of just look big, but not attractive compared to this picture. So in order to get this attractive physique instead of this just bulky strongman physique, we want to train something that I call the 7 aesthetic muscles. So the 7 aesthetic muscles is very simple. It is just kind of a code for building some specific muscle groups that will turn you into basically a Greek god. That's the term that is on the internet, right? An aesthetic Greek god physique. So basically the muscles are the following: your neck, your upper traps, your upper chest, your lateral delts, your lats, your biceps, and your abs, specifically the lower part, because usually we have been already developed a good upper pack level. But again, it gets pretty complicated if you want to make a program, because of course there's so many different exercises that you can do. What targets your chest the best and what gives the quickest amount of results? And that is exactly why that in my program, I also have a section where I will literally make a personalized workout split or plan just for you, both for your face, so you know exactly what to train every single night before you go to sleep, so you don't kind of have to think about, oh, what do I need to train today, or do I need to train my orbicularis oculi, but what was the orbicularis oculi? All these different things I will literally do for you inside of my program. I will do all these different things while I also literally review your form when you do all these different exercises, both for your face but also for your body, if that's what you want to know. Again, it's in the top link of the description. All the details are there. I genuinely believe that it will be the best investment of your life. Think about how much money you would pay for becoming as good looking as a model. So now that we are at the end of this video, I really want to say thank you for watching this far of the video. And think about what you have actually been doing in this video. You've been educating yourself. You could have done so many different things. You could have been scrolling on TikTok, you could have been watching Netflix, but it wouldn't really have improved you. So think about how awesome that is, that you have taken the time to just do something about yourself instead of just blaming it like the black pillars fucking do. Fuck the black pillars, bro. Like, they are telling you, oh, if you're fat, it's just because you're big boned. No, it's fucking not. It's because you've been eating fucking garbage food, bro. We can do something to change ourselves. It's literally our habits that have turned us into ugly ass motherfuckers, and that's why I'm here to help you. And that is exactly why that I know that this channel will be exactly for you. So I would highly recommend you to go down and click subscribe to this channel if you want more advice like this. Go watch this video over here if you want to keep on learning. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day, bro. Mwah!